Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here, and that time of year has finally come. Christmas is just a couple of weeks away now, and yeah, and as you know, every year for Christmas, like during Christmas time, I always make Christmas related reviews all through Christmas, and yeah, and that time has now finally come once again. Yeah, so of course, like this year, once again, I'm gonna be making some Christmas reviews from now all through Christmas in a couple of weeks. Yeah, yeah, and for the last few years, like I've really basically just been doing like any sort of a Christmas movie or Christmas special that I have yet to cover. Yeah, and so yeah, that's gonna be the same format this year. This year, I'm just gonna be reviewing like any sort of a Christmas movie or Christmas special that I haven't talked about yet. Yeah, and the way that it's gonna work this year is that I'm gonna kind of like be alternating. Like I'm gonna be talking about like a Christmas special and then a Christmas movie, and then it's just gonna alternate like Christmas special, Christmas movie, Christmas special, Christmas movie. It's gonna alternate like that all through Christmas in a couple of weeks. So yeah, so that's what I'm well, that's what the format for the this year's Christmas reviews are going to be. Yeah, and like I said, I'm just going to be talking about some movies and specials also on Christmas that I haven't talked about yet because yeah, there are still like a good amount of Christmas specials and Christmas movies that I haven't talked about yet. So yeah, so I'm just going to be like going over some more of them this year. Yeah, and in addition to that, this year for my Christmas reviews, I'm also going to be talking about like some Christmas specials that like have just come out this year, like ones such as Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, the new Santa Clauses series on Disney Plus, and of course the new Christmas Story movie, A Christmas Story Christmas. So yeah, so I'll probably talk about that like actually on Christmas Day. So yeah, A Christmas Story Christmas will actually be my Christmas Day edition of these reviews this year. Yeah, but yeah, this year I'm just gonna be talking about just like some other Christmas movies and Christmas specials I've yet to talk about. So yeah, so that's what I'll be doing this year for Christmas. Yeah, and to kick things off, I'm gonna be starting things off with like kind of an unusual one for me to talk about. To start off these Christmas reviews this year, I'm gonna be talking about Pluto's Christmas tree. So this is gonna be a review for that. Yeah. So like I said, this is a very different sort of a Christmas special for me to talk about because yeah, this is just like one of those like short animated Walt Disney featurettes that were coming out like during like between like the 1930s and I think like all through like the 1950s or 1960s. Yeah, because yeah, of course like there were like a lot of these Walt Disney animated short featurettes that were made and yeah, and they a lot of these like did were like shown like before like the before like a lot of classic Walt Disney movies in the theaters. Like I remember like when Old Yeller was originally released, like they had like the Bone Trouble cartoon featurette shown before that film, and yeah, and there were like a lot of like those kinds of uh, Disney featurettes that shorts that were like shown in the theater before like the actual movie. Yeah, so that was like happened a lot during like the Walt Disney era of Disney. Yeah, 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 and I'm not sure if like this one did actually was like shown like before like uh uh an actual like a feature length film in the theater in its original release. I don't know if like this one ever was, but yeah, I have like seen this one a lot. Like I remember like this uh uh short was like shown like it was part of like that Mickey's Magical Christmas House of Mouse film from like was it like a 2001 or something? Yeah, it was in 2001. Yeah, this short was like a shown like in that film like where they were just like showing a whole bunch of like Christmas stories such as like Mickey's Christmas Carol was in that film and yeah, and there were like some other ones and yeah, this was one of them. Yeah. So yeah, this is really just like a 7 minute short. Yeah. So yeah, so it's not very long, and there's not really a whole lot to talk about with this one. But yeah, I do like this one. Like this one is like a good Christmas uh Disney short. Yeah. Like I know that, like I said, there were like a lot of these Disney shorts that were like done between like the 30s and 50s or 60s whenever they stopped doing them. Yeah. I remember like they included a lot of them like on that Spirit of Mickey film that was released in like, was it like 1998? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, this one wasn't included in this that Spirit of Mickey film. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, this was like a shown like in the Mickey's Magical Christmas House of Mouse film. Yeah. And I'm not sure if like this short like was also like a shown like numerous times on the House of Mouse show. Like I'm really not like it's been a long time since I have actually watched that House of Mouse show, so I'm not sure if like this one was like shown again like in any episode of the show. But yeah, yeah, I do like this one. Like I said, it's only like 7 minutes long, and so it is like pretty simple. All this short really is that it shows a Mickey and Pluto going to uh, retrieve a Christmas tree. Yep. And then yeah, then as they're in the forest, like trying to find a tree, it shows that how Pluto ends up spotting Chip and Dale and like trying to go after them, and then Chip and Dale end up like hiding inside a Christmas tree, and it is the one that Mickey ends up chopping down and taking home. Yeah, so they end up like inadvertently bringing Chip and Dale home with them. Yeah. Then yeah, then eventually Pluto does like discover Chip and Dale in the tree when after they brought it home and decorated it. Yeah, and then yeah, and pretty much like Pluto really just like going after Chip and Dale, trying to get them. Yeah, and it shows like how Mickey doesn't actually like know Chip and Dale are there until like the very end. Yeah, so yeah, so it is kind of funny. There are some like funny things that do happen in this short. Like it shows like at one point as Chip and Dale are inside the Christmas tree when it's decorated. Like Dale ends up retrieving like an ornament and bringing it inside the tree. And yeah, then as one point, like as he's like trying to show Chip the ornament, like uh, Chip's head ends up accidentally like crashing, like smashing into the ornament, and then eventually it ends up shattering. Yeah. And there are some funny things that do happen, like as Pluto is like trying to go after Chip and Dale. Like there's this one point where like Pluto is like chasing after Dale when he's like outside of the tree. Then shows how like there are like these Santa candle figures that are just like right above the fireplace, and like and Dale like takes one of the hats to try to look like he's one of the candles. Yeah. And then yeah, then like it's like as a Pluto is like constantly trying to like show Mickey that Chip and Dale are there. It shows how like Mickey like doesn't ever like end up seeing them in time. Like there's this one point where there's like a ornament hooked to Dale's nose, and Dale's like moving like up the tree, and like the ornament's sticking out, and Pluto is like trying to alert Mickey, but by the time Mickey turns around, the ornament is just out of sight. Yeah. Then that point where like Mickey is lighting those candles, like for somehow like he couldn't tell that like it was Dale and not a candle. Yeah, I don't know how he couldn't figure that out, but yeah, yeah, but yeah, yeah. There are like some funny moments like that in this special. Well, in this short rather. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, then eventually, then like Chip ends up like recovering Dale, and then it shows then how it just gets totally out of control with Pluto like chasing Chip and Dale around. But yeah, then like it shows how like Chip and Dale just like end up like getting Pluto into hijinks. Like there's this one point where Pluto's like on top of the ladder, and then they just like shake it and cause it to fall. Yeah, yeah. Then when Pluto first like actually does discover a Chip and Dale in the tree, like shows how like at one point Dale is like playing with one of the Christmas lights, like turning it on and off, and then as Pluto is like sniffing inside the tree, like Dale sees Pluto's nose and thinking that's a Christmas light also, and he tries to move that to turn it on and off as well. But when nothing happens, like he like pulls on Pluto's nose really hard, which was like kind of funny. So yeah, there are funny moments like that, like throughout this short. Yeah, then eventually, then when Pluto finally just has enough, how he actually like storms, like actually goes goes after Chip and Dale inside the tree, and it just and Mickey tries to pull Pluto out of it, but Mickey ends up getting pulled in as well, and then the entire tree then just ends up stripping down. Yeah, then that's when Mickey then finally discovered a Chip and Dale in the tree, and yeah, then it's like Pluto, of course, was still trying to get after them. Like Mickey, like just stopped Pluto from acting up and just reminded him that it's Christmas. Yeah, and then the short then just ended. It showed how Goofy, Donald, and Minnie were outside singing Christmas carols. They were singing at Deck the Halls, and then eventually Chip and Dale ended up like joining in as well. Hell, and then like at the end of the song, like a Pluto also was like howling the song as well. And yeah, then Chip and Dale then just placed a sticker over Pluto's mouth saying "Do not open until Xmas," and then yeah, that's how the short ended. So yeah, so this is a relatively simple short. Like I said, it's only like 7 minutes long, but yeah, it is good. Like I still do like it. I think this was like a good sort of a Christmas style short for those Disney uh, animated shorts that were being made during the time. So I know there were like a lot of these shorts made, and I can't really say that I've seen like every single one. So I really don't know really like how to really place this among those Disney shorts since there were so many. But yeah, I still really did like it a lot. Like there were like a lot of these shorts I did like during this time, like that Bone Trouble short that was like shown along with Old Yeller in its original premiere. Like I like that, and I remember like there was the band concert from like 1935, which was pretty funny. Yeah, and there were others like that as well. Like if you want to see like some more of these like animated shorts, like go check out that Spirit of Mickey film that I was talking about a little bit ago. Like that has a lot of those old animated shorts that were being done during that time. Yeah, but yeah, this one is still really good, and yeah, and if you haven't seen it before, I guess I would give it a recommendation. Yeah, because yeah, it is a good uh short, and yeah, and there are some funny moments in it, like I said. So yeah, so if you haven't seen it before, check it out. I mean, it's only 7 minutes long, so it's not really going to take up like a good chunk of your time. So yeah, so if you haven't seen this before, I do recommend giving it a watch. All right. So yeah. So I guess that's all I really have to say about it. I know this was like a relatively short review, but yeah, it was. This is only like a 7 minute cartoon, so there really wasn't a whole lot to really say about it. But yeah, it is good, and I do recommend giving it a watch. All right. So yeah. So I guess that's all I have to say about it. All right. So this does it for my review of Pluto's Christmas Tree. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and stay tuned for more of these Christmas reviews coming through the next couple of weeks, all through Christmas Day. All right, so stay tuned for more of these Christmas reviews coming this year. All right, but I hope you guys did enjoy this one. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.